Good morning, good morning. Welcome. May Day, May Day, May... No, just kidding. Happy May 1st. I'm so glad you joined us today. And thanks to all those tuning in on the Love Stream. Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. We're going to start off by singing a song together by the Bellamy Brothers, and we're going to feature our newest band member, Mr. Rory Norseth, singing the lead on this song. It's a really fun song. Sing along.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through moonlit nights with your lover. Let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, it's the season. And let your love fly like a bird on the wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you know what I mean, it's the reason. There's a reason for those warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under this loving embrace, and feel the thunder till warms your face. You can't hold back. Let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow from the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, it's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on the wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you know what I mean, it's the season. Let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, it's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on the wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you know what I mean, that's the reason.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, first day of May. Happy May Day. Happy May Day. And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Salt Lake City. My name is Rob Ekman, and I am your service host today. And we are a center where all are welcome. We know that each of us is perfect and whole and complete, and each of us is on our road to a greater understanding of our own spiritual nature. So thank you for joining us today here in person in the sanctuary, or via our virtual love stream, where we are streaming right into people's living rooms, bedrooms, and parksides to enjoy the service remotely. This center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy of daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor all pathways by which people seek to connect and to learn more about the divine. And we work on our individual consciousness to make the world a better place. Our practitioner holding high watch today is Katie Hernandez. In case you wonder what high watch is a very excuse me. I have a haunted podium. It's rolling around the stage. I'll just follow it wherever it goes. High Watch is a very special purpose and serving that our practitioners participate in, wherein Katie is in prayer for us throughout this entire service, knowing the greatest and highest good for each of us, and knowing and that it is unfolding for each of us here together. Our prayer practitioner here on the stage with me today will be Jim Ferris. But from wherever you're joining us, I would like to invite you to join me in recommitting to our center's spiritual purpose by reading the following aloud with me, with enthusiasm and vigor on this first day of May. Here we go. We are a thriving community where individually and together we embody and express our spiritual magnificence for the highest good of all. Thank you. For all the latest information about what's going on here at the center, you can learn more on our website, which is at the online address of www.spirituallyfree.org. Today, our special guest speaker is our very own Reverend Myrna Hirst. Yes, hooray, and she's going to speak to us on the topic, the spice of life. And our guest musician is the one and only Dallas Brown. Very excited to hear him today. Next week, I'm so excited to say that we will welcome Suze Ogden. She's going to be our speaker, and she's going to be our special music as well. In case you've never heard her, she is a musician and a storyteller and a composer that makes the most beautiful music. She has been part of our movement for decades and has been at Asilomar, has been at a variety of gatherings, and she is going to be right here for us. So if you have not ever heard her, please make a space in your Mother's Day plans to join us next Sunday here. It's going to be something you'll never forget. I would like to welcome anyone that's here for the very first time. If you're willing and able to raise your hand and share with us so that we can say hello to you, welcome and welcome. Oh, there's several of you here today. Thank you so much for joining us. We know that you're going to experience something special here today. And before you leave, please stop by the table in the lobby for a welcome packet that includes some great information about our center. And thank you for taking time to be here today. By way of announcements, I've got several today. We are continually seeking volunteers to help us with preparing for events and classes. You can make new friends and learn new skills while you're learning to prepare food, hang up decorations, and as a volunteer for any of our events, you get free admittance to it, whether it's a workshop or class, and you can sign up for these opportunities in the lobby. So consider that and take advantage of the opportunity to volunteer. Every year on the first Saturday in May, which will be next Saturday, thousands of people around the globe participate in World Labyrinth Day. This is a moving meditation for world peace and celebration of the Labyrinth experience. And as you know, we have our own permanent labyrinth in the parking lot in that direction outside of the building. This year, our center is participating in World Labyrinth Day. Next Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., along with Centers for Spiritual Living around the globe. The Centers for Spiritual Living have a Global Heart for Peace initiative, which is entitled Pause for Peace, Walk the Labyrinth, and Plant Peace with Every Step. A highlight of the day will be at 1 p.m. when we will participate in Walk as One at One. Walk as One at One. At 1 p.m., where all around the globe at different labyrinths, people will be walking and meditating in these labyrinths for peace for the world. And it's designed to create a rolling wave of energy around the planet. Our labyrinth will be staffed from 11 to 3 under a tent with some information and affirmations and fun. And then at 1 o'clock, we will participate in the Walk for Peace at 1. So please consider joining us as a volunteer. There's a sign-up sheet in the lobby. And if you don't want to volunteer, please come by for the Walk for Peace at 1 o'clock at our very own labyrinth. Next, Beginning Tuesday, May 10th, for 5 weeks, you can take a class entitled Change Your Thinking and Change Your Life. Yes, that's what we do here. This is taught by Reverend Myrna Hirst, and it will be from 6:30 to 9 for 5 consecutive Tuesdays. This is one of the foundational classes in the study of the science of mind, which is what our philosophy is. And this is going to be a life-changing experience, as all of our classes are. The spiritual principles and practices that are laid out are intended to give you a clear understanding of the science of mind, while at the same time enhancing your world in an immediate and tangible way. So if you're interested in learning more, there are sign-up sheets in the lobby. On Sunday, May 15th, there will be a seminar here in the sanctuary from 12:30 to 2:30 called To Know Oneself is the Path to Love Oneself. This will be taught by Lane Harnacher. A brief description. Science can be combined with spiritual awakening to lead to the truth of oneself, leading to a sense of inner peace and freeing the heart to love and to be free. The goal of this class is to help you become aligned with the highest vision of yourself through self-analysis, the integration of past selves, and the variations of our current selves. This leads to self-actualization, and that's what we're all about. This, again, will take place here at the center. There are single and couples rates available, so you can learn more information in the lobby or online. You are cordially invited to attend our annual meeting, which will take place on Sunday, May 22nd, about noon, following the service. You can also view it live stream from home. But please be aware that if you're watching online, you may not be able to ask questions or vote. If you have questions or comments, please email the office at office.assistant@spirituallyfree.org. All right, that's our announcements. This center was grounded on, and we are founded in prayer. This helps us deal with whatever comes our way and helps to create a positive experience regardless of our conditions or our situation. Our professional prayer practitioners are trained in the art and science of affirmative prayer and are ready to pray for you and with you. Here in the sanctuary, you can meet with them after service. There's a prayer box in the lobby where you can submit a prayer request, or you can also submit one online. And you can rest assured and peaceful knowing that the practitioners are in prayer for you all week long. If you've never taken an opportunity to take advantage of the great skill of these practitioners, please consider doing so. Now, I invite you to please settle into your seats. Allow Jim's reading and the centering music from the band to take you to that sacred space within, and then Jim will lead us in prayer.
Good morning. Today's reading is adapted from Pause for Peace by Reverend Natalie Linguri. She's a spiritual leader for Centers for Spiritual Living in Geneva, Switzerland. It's also taken partially from Ernest Holmes' talk called Create a Spiritual Chain Reaction. Let us unite in the focusing of that one power to bring peace to Ukraine by the creation of a spiritual chain reaction. We can sit in the quiet of our own being and consciously direct a power greater than we are for the definite purpose of creating peace. We can practice individually and join together in groups to focus our heart energy on peace, love, and harmony. If you want to start this kind of chain reaction, take time each day to say these words aloud or silently. There is a power for good in the universe, and it is moving in and through me this day to bring peace, love, and harmony to all. I am moving the world's consciousness to more peace right now. I know the silent influence of good shall reach from me to all, moving hearts and minds to peace. If we all make a practice of broadcasting this conviction daily, from the space of knowing, inner peace, this must accomplish its purpose according to the law of good. By placing our complete faith in this simple thought, we are bringing peace to this earth. I invite you to see beyond the news reports of war, to really see and feel the hearts and minds of all those involved. Know that there is a desire for peace in the hearts of all people everywhere. By doing so, we take nonviolent action to dissolve aggression and know that in truth, we are all Ukrainians and Russians. Together, please repeat these words after me. We are all one. Together, we are all one. This Saturday, I invite you to join with our congregation and the larger community to walk as one at one. We will walk as one people, creating rolling waves of peaceful energy across our planet's time zones. I can't wait to share this peaceful energy moving throughout the world. Going into that heart space, the mind of spirit, I feel the heartbeat of the world thriving, breathing in that light, that love, that kindness for myself and one another. I see it in the light in each person's eyes when I greet them, and I honor it. And I feel that honoring in my own heart. As we come together today, may each one of us feel that heart space, that divine intelligence moving in through and as us, as we come together to feel the love, the community of the world. It expands out from our hearts into all, felt at unseen levels, creating good wherever it roams in the vibrations of each one of us. I call that energy in and I move it out, a divine conduit of the peaceful harmony. This is truth of this Mother Earth that we stand and get nourished from and the divine insight, that sacred self, a part of the whole. I'm so grateful for all the people that make this service happen, that emanate that love through their personal gifts. And I know each one is open wide to the message today. Together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Jim. I love how emotions inspire the creativity in music. It's a wonderful tool, and it goes both ways. Music is a wonderful way to express emotions. I'm so grateful we have language, words, ways to express our feelings. It certainly colors our lives, and in a positive way mostly. This is a song we're going to sing together called Words Are a Gift. It's about honoring the words that we have to use and honoring the feelings behind them, the spark in each word. Let's sing together. Words Are a Gift.
By Rick and Shemaine Charette.
1, 2, 3, 4.
My life is built on the words I speak. I create, I renew, I reveal. Whatever I tend to feel and think, I speak a pathway to real. Words are a gift I handle with care, allowing the content of my heart to be shared. With every word I have a choice to speak only truth and light. Integrity has such a powerful voice when I'm honest and forthright. Words are a gift I handle with care, allowing the content of my heart to be shared. My friend, your name is safe in my mouth. Your life is your own, and I bless it for myself. My vision is safe in my hands. With conscious words I profess it. Words are a gift I handle with care, allowing the content of my heart to be shared. My life is built on the words I speak. I create, I renew, I reveal. Whatever I tend to feel and think, I speak a pathway to real.
Thank you. Thanks for singing along. It's always my privilege to introduce our special music for the day. We certainly missed this gentleman when he was scheduled last month and got sick and couldn't join us. I'm so glad he's making it up today. A wonderful gift to open the month of May. Please welcome Dallas Brown.
Alice Brown. Sounds from the earth that fly to the sky. Thank you so much. What a blessing you are to us. And speaking of blessings to us, our speaker today, our very own Reverend Myrna Hirst. Reverend Myrna has been with our center for a very long time, through a number of our locations and incarnations. And to me, she is one of the great blessings of our center. She is involved in a number of parts of our center, including leading our visioning team. She leads the Taizé service monthly. She speaks here on the platform to us. And I know, as someone who has approached her with a number of problems and concerns, that she is bright and clear and always has great ideas and solutions, for which I'm always grateful. So will you please join me in welcoming our dear friend, Reverend Myrna Hirst.
Oh, yeah. Do you believe all that stuff? Oh, we live in an interesting world. You know that? It is just such a fascinating place that we live. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. There's something, it seems like there's something always going on in the world, and there sure is something going on right now. If you look about us, pulling out of that thing that we called a pandemic, I kind of thought everybody'd be happy by now, didn't you? What? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, this whole month, we get to talk about feelings, emotions. And I think that's a fascinating topic, personally. But this, you know, we get these ideas about what we're supposed to talk about on Sunday from our home office. And during the whole month of May, the topic is, of course, emotions. But they kind of are focusing on negative emotions. So I got to say, just to begin with this, you know, we're going to talk about fear this month. We're going to talk about anger this month. We're also going to talk about happiness. That's good. And my job today is to kind of get us started, to get working on what are our emotions and how do we deal with them. The good ones and the bad ones. You know, you say the word emotion, and there's this continuum from deep despair to overjoyed, I don't know, highs. But so we follow along. All of our emotions count. They all count, and they all mean something to us. Let's start with Henry David Thoreau. In Walden, he said, I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what it had to teach and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I did not wish to live what was not life. Living is so dear. Nor did I wish to practice resignation unless it was quite necessary. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life, to live so sturdily and so Spartan-like as to put to rout all that was not life. That's what emotions do for us. Can you imagine living a life that was always the same? That would be despair, wouldn't it? Or it would be, oh, I'm so happy all the time, I'm never sad. Living in denial of the fact that, of course, we're sad sometimes. Of course, we're angry sometimes. Of course, we're afraid of the world sometimes. Are you, or is it just me? Go like this if you agree. There you go. You people at home, you go like this too, okay? I can see you. I lie a lot, don't I? Emotions really are the spice of life. They are how we begin to live life itself all the way around. And along the way, we run into things like this dang pandemic that we've been through, and it does have an effect on our lives. teenagers, more than ever before, maybe not ever before, but for a long, long time, are feeling deep despair. Suicides have gone up. All of this nasty stuff that's going on at a time when we really ought to be stepping out and saying to ourselves, thank goodness this is over. Now it's time to have fun. We kind of can't just do that. We kind of have to decide how to deal with what's happening in our lives. So if you find something negative going on in your world, and it's entirely possible that that's happening, let's don't run away from it. If you find things that are sad in your life or that are not working the way that you want to do, it's not a good idea to stuff things. You know what I'm saying? It's really a good idea to work through things instead of letting them just sit and be bad, okay? How do we get in that place in the first place? How is it that we allow bad things to be in our life? Why do we have ideas about fear? Why do we get angry? Partly, I think, it comes from our social training, okay? From the time I was little, a long, long time ago, can I say, I was told that the only thing that I could ever be was a mom. I grew up in a culture that just honored the feminine in one way, and that is that you get to be a mom. So all of my early life, I was sure that I was just supposed to make babies and bake cookies. And anything more than that wasn't available to me. Now that's changed a lot through the last however many years, and I'm surely glad for that. But some part of me still lives in that place where I was all those years ago. And it makes me angry sometimes. Does that make sense? Do you have your own things that have gone past in your life? Negative things as you were growing up. Negative things that you might be experiencing now. I would like to fill in the blank, but I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I don't know how, I will never learn, all of that stuff. We do that. And then you get into being these teenage years, and the only thing that you ever want to do when you're a teenager is to fit in. You want to be like all of your friends. Is that so? And again, maybe you're missing out on something when you allow that to happen. Let's let those things, looking back on them now, be opportunities to learn. Knowing that negative feelings that stay with us for whatever reason, you can't go around them, and you can't stuff them. The only way around negative emotion is through it. You've got to deal with it. So we want to welcome any new ideas or all feelings, from the darkest to the brightest. We need to welcome all of them. We need to recognize them for what they are and allow ourselves to learn from them. Now, how do we do that? How do we do that? Well, one of the things that we do in our classes and in this philosophy that we love is we've got tools. We've got great tools to help you get through stuff. You start by setting an intention. Okay, today I'm feeling sad. Today I'm feeling really angry. You say that out loud to yourself. And then you say, how do I want things to be? And you set an intention. That's the first tool. What I choose for today is to find joy in each moment. What I choose for today is to be around people who love me. What I choose for today is to laugh. And then you can just laugh. We did that a month or so ago, do you remember? You could just laugh, because you can. After you've set an intention, then there are a lot of things that we've got that we can help you with. I really love, when I'm feeling blue, to go back to the old habit of writing in a gratitude journal. Have you ever heard of those? If you want to try it, it's a good idea. You pick up a little book or a piece of paper or whatever you do, and at the end of every day, you write down 5 things that went well today, 5 things that you were grateful for, just before you go to sleep. And then in the morning, those things will still be running through your head, and you can start off the day in a different place. It's a good idea. Affirmations. Anybody ever use an affirmation? Yeah, we can do that. Here's a dandy. I am blessed and grateful for my emotions and feelings. And if you say an affirmation over and over and over again a number of times, and you can, you say them over and over and over again, and your brain starts to believe it. You know, your brain believes anything you tell it. So you can tell it, I am really angry about blah, 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 and I'm going to get even. Okay? Your brain picks that up, and then it's looking for all of the negative stuff in your day so that you can be right. Even if it makes you miserable, you're right. That makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it? Affirmations are great. And if they're good affirmations, even if you don't believe them, you can fake it. And sooner or later, your brain will figure it out. Another one is meditation. You ever try meditating? Well, we did a great job of it this morning here. Thank you, Selena, wherever you are. That was a lovely reading, by the way. Just getting inside of yourself, and of course, our version of prayer, which is spiritual mind treatment. Because that's really, we call it a treatment because it treats our own hearts and our own souls. It's not about praying to anything out there. It's all about us. Those are things that we can do to learn how to be happy, to get past all of this stuff, or just to live life, like Thoreau said, route out everything that isn't life and discover that life is worth living every minute. It's a good thing. So you use the tools to use the tools. Prayer, meditation, affirmations, intention setting, just deciding to be around good people. And of course, music. Dallas, thank you very much. I love your music. I do. It's just, yeah. Okay. It's all about balance. Every bit of it is about balance. And we got a little thing to show you here in a minute. The yin-yang symbol, do you remember it? Here it is. You know, we use that to describe all kinds of aspects of life, but we're going to talk about it right now in terms of our emotions, okay? You just get to be, Thoreau again said, the mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation. And when you do that, you're living outside of this balance thing. You're living on the black side of this beautiful symbol that we've got. And I guess when you're happy, you're living on the white side of that beautiful symbol. But notice, in the middle of the black part, there's a little white dot. And in the middle of the white part, there's a little black part. And those little black dots, those little dots that are in that place, are a way of saying in this gigantic symbol of ours, we get to decide it isn't all black and white. There are areas, even on the darkest day, of beauty. And in the brightest sunshiny day, you're likely to trip over something. It's just, life's like that. But it's all about the balance. One of the things that I know is that we are tribal beings. We're not meant to be alone. And I think that's why the pandemic was so tough for so many of us, because we spent time alone. when we wanted to be with people. And so here we are now, more and less, being able to get out more. And life will never be the same. And there are some exciting changes in this new world. But it's time for us to get together again with our tribes. Happily, we can do that now in more than one way. We don't have to sit together in a room. We can do a class when I'm sitting at my house and you're sitting at your house. We can join each other the way that we're joining each other today. Some of us virtually, some of us together in the room. But we are tribal creatures. And whether you can get together one-to-one or whether you have to do it over Zoom or some other way, it's important to do that. And it's important to be around people that you love. That's really important. About the symbol, I think one of the things that it tells me is that it's all about choice. It's all about choice. The black is not bad, it's just black. And the white is not good, it's just white. The judgments that we make about what's happening to us are here in our mind. They're not real. Edward Vuillon, who is the head of the Centers for Spiritual Living, and I think a mental and spiritual giant, says this. He says it's helpful to stay with whatever emotions arise. Rather than brushing them aside, he says, I ask, as if I'm talking to them, what it is I may learn. So what can I learn about sadness? What's it telling me about me? If I'm angry at something, what is that saying about me? And I ask that, and he asks that emotion, what is it I can learn from you? Good idea, I think. I think it's a good idea. I got a story for you about a guy named Jerry. Jerry was the kind of guy you'd love to hate. He was always in a good mood and always had something positive to say. When someone would ask him how he was doing, he would reply, if I were any better, I'd be twins. One day, I asked Jerry how he could be so positive all the time. He said, each morning I wake up and I say to myself, Jerry, you have two choices today. You can choose to be in a good mood or you can choose to be in a bad mood. I choose to be in a good mood. Each time something bad happens, I can choose to be a victim or I can choose to learn from it. Every time somebody comes to me complaining, I can choose to accept their complaining or I can point out the positive side of life. I choose the positive side of life. Now, that would make me crazy if you were my friend. Because sometimes I like to feel bad. Or angry, especially angry because I feel so self-righteous when I'm angry. But that's Jerry, okay. Life is all about choice. When you cut away all the junk, every situation is a choice. You choose how you react to situations. You choose how people will affect your mood. You choose to be in a good mood or a bad mood. The bottom line, it's your choice how to live life. One morning, Jerry did something you never are supposed to do in the restaurant business. He left the back door open and was held up at gunpoint by 3 armed robbers who panicked and shot him. Luckily, Jerry was found relatively quickly and rushed to a local trauma center. After 18 hours of surgery and weeks of intensive care, Jerry was released from the hospital with fragments of the bullets still in his body. I saw Jerry about 6 months after the accident. When I asked him how he was, he replied, if I were any better, I'd be twins. Want to see my scars? I declined to see his wounds, but I did ask him what had gone through his mind as the robbery took place. He said, the first thing that went through my mind was that I should have locked the back door. Then, as I lay on the floor, I remembered that I had 2 choices. I could choose to live, or I could choose to die. I chose to live. The paramedics were great. They kept telling me I was going to be fine, but when they wheeled me into the emergency room and I saw the expression on the faces of the doctors and nurses, I got really scared. In their eyes, I read, he's a dead man. I knew I needed to take action. What did you do? I asked. Well, there was a big burly nurse shouting questions at me, said Jerry. She asked if I was allergic to anything. Yes, I replied. The doctors and nurses stopped working as they waited for my reply. I took a deep breath and said, I'm allergic to bullets. Over their laughter, I told them, I am choosing to live. Operate on me as if I'm alive, not dead. Think about that. So, yeah, we're getting there. Setting intention. To wrap this all up right now, we're setting an intention to get some work done here. Again from Thoreau. I learned this, at least by my experiment, this is about Walden again, that if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success unexpected in common hours. Has that been your impression? Has that been your experience? If you advance confidently in the direction of your intention, the path opens up. You can just claim something and know that it's going to happen. That's one of the things that I love about my version of the divine, of God. Because if I say I want something, and I really seriously mean it, and give it the emotion that it needs. Ernest Holmes said, it's all about the technique. But more than that, it's about the fire. If you want something and you have a fire about it, haven't you noticed that it makes all the difference in the world? Yeah. The fire that's the emotion, that's the fire. And that's important to know. So, I always give you homework, don't I? Here's your homework. And it's again from Edward Fleon, our president. It's this. Consider establishing a routine of examining your emotions, asking what messages a particular emotion has for you. Explore your thoughts and beliefs by asking yourself, where did this idea originate? Am I living in integrity with my values? Who would I be without this thought or behavior? Who would I be without this behavior? Those inquiries might create clarity and space in your consciousness for something new. They just might. So that's your homework. Ask yourself. And above all, and finally, the last words of the Buddha. Please remember these, always. Make of yourself a light. Blessings. We're going to pray together now. And the prayer actually comes from Ernest Holmes. If you haven't done so, every morning Edward Fleon does a prayer, 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Takes about 10 minutes on Facebook. It's a lovely thing. And this was the prayer that he said this morning. I turn my thought to joy, which I know is vibrating through all life. Through my own being, in my innermost mind and heart, I reach deep into infinite being and hear the song of gladness that sings through all manifestations of life. I know that it also sings in me as I give it expression. I feel the throb of life in all the harmony of form around me, in tree, and flower and grass, in blue sky and clouds, in the beauty of evening sunset. Wherever I look, I hear and feel the underlying joyous note that life sings and that comes to its culmination in spirit made manifest through each human being. Now, deep within my innermost being, I attune myself to the God-conscious being that I truly am. I permit God's perfect idea of me to manifest, to flow forth into expression. I know that I, God's perfect expression, cannot contain grief, sadness, inharmony. I know that in my true self, I am joy, for I am God life. My life is buoyant, vivacious, sparkling free. It contains all good. It is unity, perfection, love. And so I know that nothing can make me, the real me, sad or dejected or heavy-hearted. Life is good all the time, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Let's give a round of applause to Reverend Myrna for her beautiful message today. Fantastic and so rich. I'm excited to approach my day and the rest of my week with the new and new vigorous vitality. So thank you very much. Now is our time of conscious giving. This is the time of our service where we share our good with the center and with one another. Here in the Center for Spiritual Living and Religious Science, we believe in giving as a spiritual practice. We know that there is a divine flow in the universe, and that giving and receiving is part of that. We know there is one God, one Spirit in the universe, and that is in and of and through everything, and that naturally includes each of us. There is no separation between Spirit, between universal Spirit and you, me, any of us. We are all one. And that applies to our finances, that applies to money, giving and receiving it. We believe there is no lack. There is plenty in the universe for all, including each of us. So I'd like to encourage you to bring your gift into your hand or into your mind or into your heart. There are various ways to give. There's text to give over your phones. Here in the sanctuary, if the ushers will please come forward, you can share this way as well. And know that as you give, so shall you receive. And that there's a never-ending cycle of goodness for us all. I'd like to invite you all to, with your gift in your heart, to read together our giving affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Filled with gratitude, I let this be, and so it is.
Yes, it does. Well, let's hear some more from that amazing Dallas Brown flute medicine. entirely too much fun. Thank you, Dallas. Always such a joy to be here. The energy and the presence of that beautiful instrument and the way it's played. It's just nothing like your talent and your gift. Thanks for sharing. And Myrna, thank you for a beautiful, beautiful message today. Such wise words. So grateful, Myrna, that you're a part of this community. You're just a rock here. And I mean that in a good way.
A good rock.
Yeah. So remember this week, Happy Cinco de Mayo. And remember Saturday, 11 to 3, and especially at 1 o'clock for the Labyrinth Day at 1, yeah, as 1, at 1. Get my prepositions right. And of course, Mother's Day next Sunday. Look forward to that. And the wonderful gift of Suze Ogden sharing a message and her beautiful music. She has an honorary doctorate from the Holmes Institute. Just so many years of service, and an amazing storyteller and quite an amazing musician too. So look forward to that. Have a blessed week. Let's stand and sing our closing song. Together we can change the world.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Lay the puzzle pieces out. Find out what it's all about. Together we can change the world. I can start this by myself, but I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sailing past when it's been charted. Roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world.